Hey guys, Rollia or Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division video. And in this one, we're going to be looking at the state of the game and seeing what's come up. And today, we have some really exciting things to show off. But before we get to that, there was a hotfix deployed yesterday, and I'm just going to go over those fixes. So first up, they fixed a bug where agents would sometimes not receive rewards after completing underground assignments. They also fixed a bug where adapt, competent and capable talent buffs would not expire whilst taking cover behind mobile cover. And lastly, fixed a bug where agents could stack adept talent up to 5 times by taking cover behind mobile cover multiple times. Now this state of the game was a little bit different. I'd almost class it as a special report state of the game, because in this one they showed off something that was coming within 1.7, and that was of course global events. Now I made a more in-depth video talking about global events and accommodations, and that can be found on your screen now. Or if you don't have annotations on, there is a link in the description. So what I'm going to try and do is give you a quick breakdown of global events on their own and go over what they showed off. Now, I don't want to be that guy, but I know a bit more about global events because I was actually at the ETF, so I can sort of give you a better look and maybe explain it a little bit better without breaking any NDA rules. So first up, they head over to the new area. Now this contains a vendor. This vendor sells new caches. These are global event caches. I can't go into detail about what rewards are going to be inside of them, but these can be bought with global event tokens that you receive from completing certain missions within global events. There is going to be cache tiers as well, but I don't know if I can go into too much detail about that. Like I've already said, I really don't want to break any NDA here because it would just be a really scummy move on my behalf. Also in this little area or room, there'll be leaderboards very similar to the ones you find in DZ checkpoints, and these will revolve around the global event. So now, as you can see on the screen, some missions are highlighted in a sort of bluish purplish colour. Now these are the missions that will be within the playlist for you to do within the global events and therefore get your global event tokens from. These missions you can also apply the modifiers to. So as you can see, as he selected Subway Morgue, there's a lot more information during the replay mission screen, and this is showing that the global modifier is active. Now we all know that the global modifier is one that can't be removed and it will always be active during the global event, and this one is rotten to the core. So the modifier is actually headshot kills explode NPCs, inflicting a bleed to nearby enemies. And for completing this mission under mission rewards, you can see that you'll get 98 global event tokens that can be spent to redeem these caches that I talked about earlier. So during the playthrough of this mission, as you can see, literally just then, one of the guy's heads exploded. He instantly died and there was this sort of like green pus that popped out of him. And that pus will inflict a bleed to nearby enemies, including yourself. But I do just want to point out this is a work in progress and it's all subject to change. The first modifier that can't be removed, the global event modifier, they want this to be an easy one that makes the mission easier and a lot more fun. So they're not sure whether to keep a damage over time for having this modifier active. Now let's have a look at the activity modifier. Enemies are poisonous and getting too close to them causes damage over time. Headshot kills inflict bleed. So it takes the previous modifier, the global modifier, and then adds the activity modifier to it and adds an increased difficulty. And as you can see, you'll get some more global event tokens for having more than one modifier on. So let's have a quick look at this increased difficulty or the damage over time effect for having the activity modifier on. As you can see, it affects your screen as well as your health. It will slowly deteriorate your health, but also make the game harder for you to see through this like full screen sort of effect that it's giving. So that pretty much sums up for a brief look at global events. If you do want to check out the video that I've already made on this, then make sure you click the link in the description. But before we do go and finish off this video, there was a little slip in this stream. Now I can't give away too much, but there was an accommodation that popped up. Now all I'm going to say about it is this is what an accommodation could potentially look like. I mean, the pop-up might change, but yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there at the end. I know they're going to speak more about this next week, so keep your eyes peeled on the state of the game next week to have a more in-depth look at accommodations. Again, I've already done a video on these, and that link is obviously in the description. A quick disclaimer as well, I do just want to mention that some of this gameplay is a little bit jumpy and laggy. State of the Game had a few problems with Twitch today, so it's not actually my render or anything like that. And on top of that, I do want to say all of this is a work in progress, so some of it could change. But anyway guys, that does wrap it up for today's State of the Game recap. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then let me know either by leaving a comment or by clicking that like button. And of course, if you're new around here, make sure to click that subscribe button to keep up to date with the Division and all of the Division content that you can find. But as always, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.
Back to West.